Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel SB-Bonsai. Today I'm here at Goredale Garden Centre in the Wirral, checking out the Wirral Bonsai Society's 2025 display show. I've got a guest with me here today, Christopé from Bonsai Expression.
Hi everyone!
So we're going to go inside now and have a look, see what the display is like, check out the trees, maybe make a few purchases. I do need some pots, so let's see what happens. So as you can see, as we approach the Wirral Bonsai Society's 2025 show this year, Goredale have got their own beginner bonsais out for sale. Some quite nice trees there, some here, there's plenty more inside as well. A little notice for it. Bit of information on the Wirral's club workshops there. Inside, as you can see, is the main display this year. It's looking very nice, so can't wait to check out these trees. Some more trees for sale just over there, and we have a bit of a sales area over here with some trees, some pots, wire, a few tools, all the bits you need for getting started and making bonsai. So let's take a closer look at the trees. So starting at the right hand side, as it's a bit quieter at the moment, the first tree we see, this lovely larch. It's quite a big tree. Put my hand next to the pot, get an idea of how big the tree is. And next to that we've got this I don't know what it is actually. Some type of elm by the looks of it. It's a nice tree. Come down to where you'd sort of view the tree. It's a nice silhouette. Let's have a look at that in the barry there. It's quite old, isn't it? Sort of a little look under the canopy. Lovely pot as well. Next to that, it's got this maple. Wow, look at the size of the trunk on that. Lovely pot. Is it a Walsall pot? I think. Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely maple that. So we should be very proud of having that tree. Next to that we've got this hawthorn. I think it's a hawthorn. Yeah, it is. That's a lovely tree. That'll be very nice when that canopy fills out a bit more. Maybe it's quite early in development yet, but it's a cool piece of material. That the basic branch structure looks like it's been set. It just needs to fill out now. That big old trunk. Put my hand so you can get an idea of the size of the tree. Very nice. And then we've got an interesting tree next to that. This Cotoneaster. Sort of like a weeping willow type of style. I don't know why it's planted that way in the pot if this is the front, but maybe a new front's been picked since it was the last repotted. So, but it's a very nice tree, very interesting. See the live vein and the deadwood on it there. Oh, is it a tanuki? It's a tanuki. So that deadwood isn't actually part of the tree, it's just made to look like it is. So, some good work there by whoever owns this tree. Very nice. Just following on that from that Cotoneaster. Got a nice little Japanese style banner here. And a little post your voting slips of which you think would be the best tree in the show this year. So I'll have to have a good look at the trees and put my vote in. I can't remember which won it last year, if I'm honest. I think it, oh no, I don't think it was a larch actually, so I don't know. What have we got here? Have you ever thought about trying bonsai pot? I was just telling about stuff from your garden I think that you could use as bonsai. So, anyway, down here we've got a couple of nice little accent plantings. That's very nice, that one. Little succulent. And just behind that, this very tall, elegant needle juniper. Very skinny trunk. Making a nice literati. Nice pot and a nice stand as well. I think a bit of work on that canopy with some wire. That could be a really nice tree. Still lovely though. Alright, so next to that, on this nice little stand, we have this maple. Not sure what species of maple this one is, but nice, small, elegant tree. Very slim. Got another accent planting next to that. Not sure what it is. We have another hawthorn next to that. Ear-layered. Hawthorn ear-layered, eh?
Shohin here, doing his thing.
Nice little tree. A larch from the wild, Yamadori. I'd be tempted to lose that bottom branch if it was me. Gin that one as well, like those two. Ooh, fingers in the way. Make it look more of a struggle in the wild. Nice tree, some cones on it. Nice tree, looks very healthy. Alanisera, from a cutting, 5-year-old cutting, that's nice. Exposed root style. Got some nice set pads in place there. That's a nice elegant little tree. I like the pot as well. Purple pot, you don't often see many of them. That's nice. Yeah. So then we've got next to that another small accent planting alongside a privet from Hedgeham. These privets, as everyone knows, make great bonsai. Take a lot of a beating, making a nice tree. It's a cool little groove in the trunk there. Very nice. And then we've got this cute little tree here. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Is it a Cotoneaster? I'm not too sure. Nice though. A bit different, isn't it? Very small. And we've got another Cotoneaster here. From a cutting. Or is it, no, I was going to say, or is this one a cutting from that one? But I don't think it is. I think it is just saying that the bigger one is from a cutting. See the little berries on it. It's nice. And then we've got this Chinese elm from a garden centre. 10 years in development, as you can see from the side. It's very nice. Very twisty trunk. So it just shows you don't even need to buy the basic pre-bonsai material, you know, stuff from garden centres. You can literally just buy nursery stock and make something like this, which is much better than the bonsais already sold in garden centres. So that's nice, lovely pot. I'd say the table's a bit overpowering though, but still a nice composition. It's nice. Now I don't know what's next to that. It looks like some sort of elm, just in a plastic nursery stock container. So that must be a little tree in development maybe. It's a Chinese elm, because next to that we've got a bigger one which is actually quite nice. And it just says Chinese elm cuttings. So maybe their cuttings off this bigger one. It's very nice, that. Very nice tree. And over here, we've got a little sales area. It must be members of the Wirral Bonsai Society, some of their stock that's for sale. Now, I did have my eye on this big yew over here, but it does say sold, and I'm not surprised, so very nice. Wonder how much that was. Yeah, it's a few pieces there. Got a pine here with some really old craggy bark. That could be quite interesting with a bit of work. So then, just past the sales table that they've got going on there, we've got this nice juniper, very tall tree, very elegant. Looks like it belongs in a forest. It's very cool. Yeah, that's very nice, that. I don't know what this soil surface is. I think it's just for decoration purposes. I don't think it's the actual growing medium for the tree. I can't really have a root in it though. It's someone's tree, so must be decoration. Very nice though. Next to that, we've got a very nice larch forest. Reminds me a bit of my own. Oh, it's just not as nice as this one, but that's very nice, that, isn't it? But yeah, similar sort of age and character and the roots as my two bigger larches that I've got. That's very nice. Look at that. It's like Nigel says, it's like being in the bonsai zone. That's very cool. Hope to have something like this one day. That's very cool. Very nice. Stand next to that, we've got a massive Chinese elm. Look at this. It's huge. If you think my hand's only the width of the pot. Very cool tree. Oh, this yew's a bit like the one that's for sale over there, or was for sale, but it's sold now. Oh, do you know what? I was offered this tree actually. Not long ago, I've just realised. This is Scouse Bonsai tree, Shohin. That's quite cool actually. Might have to consider buying that one. If it's still for sale. That's cool. Nice tree. And next to that, we've got this pine. I'm not sure what type of pine it is. Oh, it's a black pine, isn't it? But it's a kotabuki, like hawk bark. I've seen these in like herons before. Very expensive. Very cool though. Wouldn't mind having one of them one day if I could afford it. Yeah, they're a cool tree. Very nice. Next to that, we've got another huge yew, probably a Japanese yew. Let's get down to here, have a look up. Wow. What a tree that is. Look at that canopy. Wow. That Nabari. Very impressive. Looks like it's actually over a rock at some point. If it is, the tree swallowed it up now. It definitely looks like there's some sort of rock in there. Wow. Very impressive tree. But it's heavy. Yeah, that's very nice. Very proud to own that. Then we've got this larch, which I remember seeing last year. It's actually got the Faulkner Trophy. I don't know what that means, but I think this won last year. And I did vote for this one as well. to be the people's choice. It's a very cool tree, the size of that trunk. That's very nice. Very good specimen of a larch. Right, so next to that larch, we've got probably the best and biggest ginkgo you've ever seen. So just to show you the size of the pot, look at this for the tree. Look at that for a ginkgo. Absolutely massive. So Sean, Scouts Bonsai, was just telling us that this tree was collected in Liverpool many years ago. And I think he said that a fence was growing through here, that's why it's sort of like a twin trunk. So it's Liverpool Yamadori, who'd have thought? Very impressive tree. Never seen a ginkgo that big before. So next to this we have this privet. Privet, which I think is Sean's tree. Unless he sold it since it was his last. It used to be Harry Harrington's tree, this, I believe. Sean purchased it off him. It's a very nice tree. I wouldn't mind buying this off Sean if ever he decides to sell it. I love the pot. It's very cool. It's not a massive tree, you can see. But very cool. Very nice. Next to that, got another Chinese elm, very popular this year. Very nice pot. Exposed roots. Very good ramification. Very nice, and a very nice table as well. This is quite interesting. It's like a bit of driftwood on a rock with a couple of frogs and a little... Is it resin or is it water? It's actually water. Very interesting and artistic. Sat next to an enormous Japanese white pine. Look at the size of the trunk. Wow. Very nice. I like the wood inside there. If it focuses. It's a very impressive tree. Very well looked after. So next to the big Japanese white pine, we've got this interesting piece of driftwood. It's like aquarium wood. Nice sort of root stand. Oh, it's very cool. Little figurine with it. That's very cool. That gives you some ideas for any spare wood you've got lying around from fish tanks to make a display for bonsai. That's very cool. So next to that, we've got another Chinese elm. Look at the stand that that's sat on. Wow. Very impressive. It's a very big tree. It's my hand for reference. Where are we there? Look at the size of that trunk. All this gnarly deadwood round the back. That's an incredible tree, that. Shows what Chinese elms can do. If you have the right material. I love that stand. That's very cool. Step back to get a better view. So next to that we've got is it a Scots pine? Scots pine, I think. Quite a big tree. Very nice. Quite natural looking. Not too refined. Sort of leaning to the Japanese style, but not extreme. Got another white pine here. Sort of a semi-cascade. It's very cool. It's similar to the tree Corin's got. His wasn't a pine though, was it? But that long extension reminds me of it. It's quite a cool tree. Very nice. Next to that we've got a type of needle juniper. Very tall, elegant tree. Nice pads. Very cool. We've got a, I think, potentilla. Very cool trunk. Gives me some ideas for my potentilla. Looks nice and flower. So that's that. Got the plaque here for the Wirral Bonsai Society. And then the last tree on this row is another larch with that same decorative sort of substrate over the top. Very cool. Nice tree. So in the middle of all these trees, we've got this massive Japanese white pine. You can see how big it is just by my hand next to the pot. Very impressive. One of SB-Bonsai's trees, Shohin. Very nice. Very impressive. Look at that trunk. That bark. Very cool. Paired with a lovely little accent plant in here. Very nice. So we may as well go left to right, so we'll come around this side. Got a nice little rock display there. Hopefully you can see that. It seems a bit dark on my screen, I don't know how the video will turn out. Very nice. Sat next to a juniper, isn't it? I think. Yeah, very nice. Come round to the next side. I think these are Sean's trees, SB-Bonsai as well. Got a little juniper. I love the moss that's planted up in the pot. It's nice. A little bit of deadwood coming out the top. It's still in wire. Got a little Cotoneaster down here. There's another accent planting. Very nice. I need to learn how to do these. It's very nice. Round to the next side, we've got another small display. Little juniper. Interesting pot. Kind of an orangey colour. Very neat and compact Cotoneaster. Hopefully you can see that movement in the trunk there, the way it twists around. And oh, what's this? Is it some sort of like ivy? That's very cool. I'll have to find out what that is. It looks like ivy. It's got a little trident maple, I believe, here. That's very nice. Look at the nabari going on that tree. That's very cool. Around the other side on this lovely piece of wood, we've got this Japanese black pine by the looks of it. Nice little Shohin tree. That's cool, isn't it? Very nice. Another trophy. They have some trophies in this club. And then this here is, if you go on Instagram and look for Mr. Maple 2.0, This is his accent planting, made by Mark and Rita Cooper, I believe. Very nice, cool little planting that, isn't it? Next to that, another Chinese elm, very nice specimen of it. Very old, craggy bark. That's very nice. Lovely tree, lovely pot. So that's a look at the left side. So if we move round to the back, got a little marmade display of Shohin's. Nice little accent planting. I'm not sure what this species is, so I'm not gonna guess. It's very cool. So if you think we kind of come down from this layer to this layer, and then this tree kind of flows across to this one. Nice little juniper. Some nice movement in that trunk there. That flows across to another little juniper, another nice little tree. And then we go down to the bottom layer to a nice little Cotoneaster. A nice little Buddha. So, very nice display. Lovely display sort of cabinet as well that's all pieced with. See the little fish, the koi carp engraved in the wood. Very cool. So then finally, if we come around to the right hand side of this centre display, we've got a really interesting juniper, lots of deadwood going on. Very twisty. Very cool little tree. I love the root stand that comes down and then follows this, almost like a map, like an old map that's like stained. It follows up to a beautiful tree. Got a nice little accent planting. And then we have a stunning trident maple, I believe, over a rock. Oh, look at the size of that root in there. Very cool. That must be a Mr. Maple tree. That, the king of maples. So around to the next section. Got another nice juniper. Looks very healthy. Look at that foliage. Some nice movement in the deadwood. Straight down from the roots. Works well with this little accent with it. Sort of like a dead tree in a barren landscape kind of look. Very cool. And then next to that, another Cotoneaster, another popular tree this year. Looks like tiny apples. And then round to another Chinese elm. Lovely pot. Nice table. A nice accent planting. The accent plantings have been phenomenal again this year. The Wirral guys certainly know what they're doing with them. And the trees. We've got another, I think, potentilla. This is nice. Very refined, dome-like canopy. Lovely little pale flowers. Yeah, that's very nice. I love that. That was actually probably the first sort of tree I noticed when I walked in, actually. Got another little maple, possibly Mr. Maples as well, it wouldn't surprise me. Although I don't recall it in his collection, but I've not been to his garden for a while, so he might have some new stuff. And another, finally, Chinese elm. Another nice little tree. Some nice roots going on, if the camera can see it. It's very bright in here, but on camera it's looking a bit dark. Let's look at that side. And then we have this is cool. Little Japanese style Wirral Bonsai Society. And then a little kind of guide to Shohin size trees, which is all of these on this side. Excluding the big white pine as you walk in. So yeah, that's a look at all the trees in the show this year. Very well placed out display. Looks great. Everyone should be very proud of the trees they've put in the show this year. So then, just behind that, we've got a little sales area alongside this nice little sort of tropical water feature they've got going on. Yeah, they've got a little sales area over here. So we've got a type of pine there, £500. The guy was just working on that not long ago from Green Dragon Bonsai. Got a couple of trees up here. Got a nice juniper actually. I think it's Itagawa. Kind of tempted. I do like junipers. Got some azaleas. Loads of interesting pots from all different makers. All different sizes, shapes. Got a few tools over there. Some wire, little marmite pots, cut paste. Everything you could sort of need really. Got a few of the more generic basic sort of trees up there. And then over here, which I'm interested in looking at, we've got a load of seconds from like Erin Pottery, Walsall Ceramics. So just have a quick look at them just to show you the sort of pots we've got going on. All cool, interesting textures and glazes. So I'm definitely going to have a little rummage through here in a bit. See if I can find out, or find even, a few nice pots. Because I am on the hunt for some new pots. I've got this actually, which I know it's not much, but it could be a quite cool little Lanissa of that. 20 quid, not bad. We've got Green Dragon's soil mix. So a blend of Akadama, Kiyadama and Molar clay. Successfully tried and tested for the last 25 years. So he's selling his own soils. Some nice pots again. Got all the wire. So yeah, he's got plenty going on for sale here today. A little look at this trader, Green Dragon Bonsai. Seen him before at shows. Let's look at his information. If anyone wants to check out the stuff that he's got on for sale. But he's often around all the big shows like Doncaster and that, so you'll always come across him if you don't buy off him online. And then over here, sort of in the middle, you've got the stock that just the garden centre sells, which is great for beginners, but quite expensive for what it is. But they sell a few basic things, bit of food, some trees, some basic pots. They have got though a couple of Sarissa, which I'm kind of tempted by. I've got the one that I'm doing as the African style tree, but they have some of these exposed root styles which I don't actually like, but for something a bit different and cool, I'm tempted actually. Obviously won't be an African style tree, but I am tempted. For 25 quid it's not bad. Some of the other stuff in it is a bit expensive, but those Sarissa are tempting. So speaking of expensive, for example, I'll just get it out here. We've got this needle juniper. Now it's very healthy, but there's a bit of movement in it, and they're looking for £100. So well overpriced really, but when you're just starting out in bonsai, people often turn to those sort of trees. But yeah, so that's a look at all the trees on display. The little sales area. So all in all, a very good show.